Are you sick because of who you have in your life? Think about this. If you're around a person who's treating you negatively, putting you down, tearing you down, making you feel afraid of them, maybe they occasionally go off and they might yell at you or scream at you or treat you really poorly and badly, how do you feel? Especially if you're around them over and over again. Maybe you work with them at work. Maybe they are your boss. Maybe they are someone that is like your father or your mother. Maybe it's your spouse and you're around them a lot. And every time you're around them, they treat you poorly, they put you down, they tear you down, and you might even be afraid of them because that's what their intentions are. Well, you're going to feel like this when you're around them. Typically, your chest is going to feel tighter, your stomach is going to feel sick. It's like you're walking on eggshells around them, and that's going to have a negative effect on you, uh, your welfare, your health, because of that. You can't be around a person that's toxic like that over and over and over again without having negative effects. I knew of a woman personally, knew of this woman, and she and her husband went to my church, and he acted like he was very sweet to her, but eventually she started to get a brain tumor, and then he would push her around in the wheelchair and act like he was doting on her, treat her nice, and everyone was just so compassionate, and he talked very sweet and gentle to her, and then she ultimately died from it at age 49. Well, then I got to talk to their son. He was like 13 years old, and he explained to me that behind closed doors that the dad was really mean to the other siblings that were older. They moved out as soon as they could, as soon as they graduated, and he said that he was mean to his mother and treated her really badly. And so you can imagine if a person is being emotionally abusive to you, that's going to have some fallout. You can't just endure that forever. It's going to cause you to get sicker and sicker. In her case, she's hearing all these negative words in her ears, of course, and what's between her ears is her brain. So all it takes is a bunch of negative words to tear you down, to put you down, to be emotionally abusive, to eventually cause some of this negative fallout, which could be cancer. In her case, it was. And then she died. 49 years of age. She stayed throughout the entire marriage, didn't get out, and it cost her her life. And then he turns around and gets remarried to another woman, and within a year, she's sick. And she was healthy before all that. So you can imagine, again, behind closed doors, negative things that are going on being spoken to them. So again, if you have a father, if you have a mother, if you have anyone who is coming against you, you need to make sure that you don't let them stay in your life and continue to abuse you. You know, a lot of times people think that, well, I'm supposed to honor my parents. Well, it doesn't mean submitting to parents that are evil, that are really having demonic spirits come out of them and speak through them to you to hurt you. You know, sometimes honoring parents might be just not dishonoring them, like on social media. Same thing, you know. Think about it with a spouse. You know, Jesus even talked about this in the Bible that said a man's enemies will be those of his own household. Father against son, mother against daughter, mother-in-law against daughter-in-law. And the same thing with husbands and wives, especially. You know, if you have an abusive, emotionally abusive spouse and they continue to tear you down, you're going to have a fallout from that. I know of a lot of women that lose their hair that they are around abusive husbands, and they get sicker and sicker and sicker, and they want to die. And then once they break free from that, and then, wow, now I'm not getting abused anymore, and all those horrible words, and then they come back to life. I know of men who have been married to women who have been abused horribly, and then they break free from that, and all of a sudden now they feel life, new life, and so forth. So I have a book called Freedom from Soul Wounds and Demons, and it's helping thousands of people around the world to get healed of their wounds from childhood, to be able to forgive, to be able to get delivered from demonic strongholds, and then change, literally change, and have breakthroughs in their lives. And that book's called Freedom from Soul Wounds and Demons. And it's available on Amazon in paperback, Kindle, and Audible, also in Spanish. You can also request a personal session of healing and deliverance with me. Go out to restored2tofreedom.com. Click on Contact Me and submit the form, or you can call 317-459-7091. Thanks.